Hi guys, and welcome to this episode of The Crystal Goddess. Today I want to talk about the Mohs Scale, the hardness of a gemstone. So going away from the metaphysical side on this one, I want to talk about the hardness of a gemstone because it's really important when you're either working with a gemstone in jewellery making, whether you're buying jewellery to keep and you want to look after it, or if you wanted to work with crystals in general and how to store them as well, because quite a lot of the time we can be rough with our stones. We can put them to one side, we can pop them all in the same box, and then when we come back we wonder why they're scratched and there's bits of chips taken out of them and things like that. And it can often be down to these factors: the hardness, the toughness, and the stability of the stone. So the hardness is the one that I want to talk about now, which is recorded on something called the Mohs Scale, and it goes from 1 to 10. And there's a very easy way of remembering what is in that scale. So the comment that I'm going to give you now is like a little, I don't know what you would call it. If you're at school, many years ago now for me, when we were in science, we had a way of remembering the planets, and it was my very easy method, just speed up naming planets. That was before Pluto was deplanetized. Thanks for that. Yeah, still bitter about that one. It's not just because he's small, it's not fair. So yeah, my very easy method, just speed up naming planets, was the way we would learn the different planets. And of course the first letter then is the first letter of each of the planets. So we've done something very similar. I say we, I don't actually know who created this, but there was something similar done to remember the Mohs Scale. And the Mohs Scale, the saying goes, the girls can flirt and other quirky things can do. So the girls can flirt and other quirky things can do. So we are looking at number 1, the softest on the Mohs Scale. Now, when we're talking about hardness, we're not talking about if a gemstone will crack or fracture. We're talking about if another gemstone can mark or scratch the surface of the gemstone in question. So the first one is talc. Talcum powder that you may have used when you've gone swimming when you were a child, maybe your grandma uses it. So talc is the first one. It's very soft, it's crumbly, it's powdery. The second one, gypsum. Now that can be the powdered form of gypsum, or that could be the crystalline variety. Under the heading of gypsum, you tend to get things like your Icelandic spars, you get your alabaster, and of course one that you probably will know very well is selenite. So that's number 2 on the Mohs Scale. So that's the girls can see calcite. I don't actually have a piece of, well, I do have a piece of calcite, but I can't find it at the moment. So calcite is number 3 on the Mohs Scale. So the girls can flirt, fluorite. Again, I can't find my fluorite, which is really frustrating because I have a few pieces of it, including blue john. So fluorite is number 4. The girls can flirt and apatite. So apatite comes in a variety of different colours. Quite often you see the green varieties of apatite, and you can have blue as well, and neon blue, which I do have a little tiny packet from my jewellery making kit. You can see that there, of the neon apatite. So that's quite soft, that's 5. And the reason I'm mentioning this about jewellery making is because if you're going to make something out of an apatite, you don't necessarily want to use it for ring making or bracelets, because being 5 on the Mohs Scale, it's likely to get scratched. You're going to want to use it for something like a necklace or for earrings instead. So we've got that far through. We've got the talc, girls, gypsum, can, calcite, flirt, fluorite, and, which is apatite, other, orthoclase, or feldspars. The feldspars come at number 6 on the Mohs Scale. So you've got this beauty here, which I don't know if you can see. If I twist it in the light, you should be able to see a little flash of blue, maybe. Well, it's Labradorite. So it's your Labradorites, it's your moonstones, and they are gorgeous in every way, but again, quite reasonable on the Mohs Scale. So we got that far, number 6. Number 7, so the girls can flirt and other quirky. Quartz. Quartz is the next one on the scale, and that is actually starting to get into it's good for daily wear. It's not too soft, it's not too hard. The harder the better for rings, the harder the better for bracelets. So quartz is something you could use on a daily basis if you wanted to, and this one is of course rose quartz. Quartz, so that's quirky. Things is the next one, which is topaz, and again from my jewellery making stash I've got a little bit of topaz here. I've not actually made anything with it yet, as you can see. So this is London blue topaz. It's an irradiated colour, which gives it the most incredible smoky, almost a steely blue. So topaz, this now is really good to wear as a ring on a daily basis. If you're starting to think about engagement rings maybe, topaz I would say would be your baseline for coming in, because you can wear it every day if you want to. I had a friend who had a kyanite engagement ring, and kyanite is a gorgeous, gorgeous stone, really not suited for everyday wear, really not suited. So we've got up to topaz, and things can do. So C, corundum. Corundum is 9 on the Mohs scale, and it is one of the hardest of the gemstones, diamond being the final one, and it's a very big jump between the hardness of a sapphire and a diamond. But sapphires are ideal if you're wanting to use them for engagement rings or for rings in general. So sapphire and ruby, both of them come under the heading corundum. It's both from the same family, and I've got a little bit of sapphire here. Again, I haven't made anything with it yet, but I will at some point, I promise. So this is a gorgeous blue sapphire that I bought a little while ago, and it comes in all the different colours, so I love that one. So sapphire, which is corundum, ruby is corundum, so they're both really, really high on the Mohs scale. And then finally diamond. Sadly, I don't have any diamonds to show you. I wish I did have diamonds to show you, but I don't. But that is your Mohs scale, and it's always good to know the hardnesses of your gemstones, even if you're just wearing gemstones as jewellery, because if you put, for example, if you put this beautiful sapphire, if you've turned it into a ring, you put it in the box loose with a diamond, if you're going to walk about or move that box, or if you're going travelling or anything like that, there is a high probability that diamond will scratch your sapphire and then your ring's ruined. So even if you're not working with gemstones and jewellery, if you're just working with the raw crystals, again, if you put something like a quartz in with a selenite, you can probably see I've not really looked after this selenite very well. I feel really bad about that. I do feel really bad. Sorry. I'm not the kindest to my stones. That's actually my daughter there playing with it. I let her play with them. She loves it. I don't think these guys do. Yeah, so it's very, very soft. If you put these two together in a bag, expect this one to suffer. Expect it to suffer quite badly. So it's always nice to know. So for you to remember the Mohs scale and the series that it goes, you've got the girls can flirt and other quirky things can do. And it's as simple as that. From talc to diamonds, 1 to 10. That's the easiest way of remembering it. So hopefully that's given you some food for thought. Remember to look after your gemstones. Really need to take my own advice on that. Need to take my own advice on that one. But remember to look after your gemstones. The more you look after them, the more they're going to look after you. Thank you for joining me on this quite short Crystal Goddess. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something from it as well. If you have anything you want to know in the future, whatever element of crystals or gemstones or jewellery you'd like to know about, or you want me to do a bit of research on, pop a comment below and let me know. I am responding to comments. I know I haven't done for a little while, but I am getting back into it. It's been a bit of a manic few weeks, but I am. I promise I am. So let me know what you would like to do, and don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell as well, so you can see when I do put some more videos up. I will be posting my videos every Wednesday and every Sunday, so if you do have any requests, please do let me know. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a great pleasure, and I will see you next time on the Crystal Goddess.